There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to keep on using that voice, but I don't think I'm going to actually be able to keep it up for an hour. But I am jcontra, back from America, and what did I bring with me? But an official copy, knockoff, Zapper for the NES. That's because I have picked up all of 1984's Zapper games for the Nintendo Famicom. The thing about the AV Famicom, you see here, I hope I don't short anything out by moving the console around, but you'll see here, here's the AV Famicom. I have the Duck Hunt cartridge in it. It actually is purple. And the very interesting thing about Famicom, the gun cartridges, is that they're actually all purple. We got Wild Gunman here, and then we've got Hogan's Alley, which is also purple. These all came out in 1984, and were games that came out specifically to be used. I believe Wild Gunman was the first one that actually came out for use with the Famicom gun accessory. The thing about the Famicom gun accessory is that it is shaped and is colored like an actual gun. If you have seen some of my hands-on hard-off videos, I highly encourage you to check those out. Those are actually my most popular videos. Japan, I don't think, has any laws against having realistically shaped and realistically colored guns. That is because actual guns are very super mega illegal in Japan, and so it would be very unlikely that a police officer would suspect that a kid holding around a pistol, and I'm talking back in the 1980s, it was the original Famicom gun, and it was literally called the gun. It was a 6-shooter that you hooked into your Famicom via like a side port. Might be able to see here. The thing about the AV Famicom is that it does have this side port right here that you could plug the gun into. I actually had to hack my AV Famicom because the AV Famicom is not supposed to work. Well, it's not. An NES Zapper does not natively work with an AV Famicom, and here's why. It's missing 2 critical wires that join 2 separate different solder points on the main board of the AV Famicom. I had to go in and I had to solder a couple wires together. It does not look pretty, but it's functional. As you can see here, we're going to play some Duck Hunt right now. Let me get my headphones on so I can hear everything. Make sure things aren't too loud. My problem with Duck Hunt is that it's kind of too easy, at least in the initial rounds. You may notice Duck Hunt isn't actually, I was looking around for Let's Plays of Duck Hunt and some of the other NES Zapper games. They don't really exist. And now here's why. There's actually a very good reason why they don't. And it's because if you want to play Duck Hunt from a Famicom or from an NES, you need to be playing on a box TV. You need to be playing on a CRT, which most people don't keep around. It's very easy to... I actually think you can play it on emulators these days, because I think someone actually programmed a Zapper cursor that you can use your mouse or the direction pad to move a Zapper crosshair on the screen. I've seen someone do a Let's Play of that, but I've not seen a good Let's Play of someone actually using a Zapper. And the new Zappers actually are, at least this one that I bought, I think I got the box around here somewhere. Let me... yeah. See, I'm just this is supposed to be the jcontra Dojo, where I show how I become pro at a game. The only problem is that I started playing Duck Hunt as a pro. It's just I am so good at shooting these there ducks This is the Zap gun that I bought in America. It's by Tommy. It's pretty good. I haven't had any complaints, actually. I think one of the problems that people will find when they buy this, they try plugging this into their, fancy 4K LED OLED TV, and it's not going to work for the simple fact that this was meant to work with cathode ray tube televisions. And it's not going to work because what the zapper does, you may notice every time I shoot, the screen, for a split second, I wonder if it's just for a single frame. I bet it's for like one frame. So that'd be one frame out of 60. So for a 60th of a second, the screen goes black. And there is a short, you can notice there's a little white square where the duck is supposed to be. What the zapper does is, through science or magic, it is able to tell where you have pointed the gun at the screen. And if you've pointed it at where the duck is supposed to be, it gives you the points. I don't know exactly how it does it, I just know that it does. And when you're shooting one duck, it's actually quite easy. I remember I watched the Angry Video Game Nerds review of the NES Zapper, and he apparently had a bunch of problems with his. I don't know if that's just because the Zappers haven't aged all that well, contrary to how well the other Nintendo hardware has gone. Whoa, first miss of the game. But with this, this probably came out a couple years ago. Freshly bought in the year 2017 at the tail end. I've had zero problems playing in any of the games, both Hogan's Alley, Wild Gunman, Duck Hunt. Zero problems, except for the clay shooting levels, which we'll get to. We're just playing normal Duck Hunt right now. I mean, I actually am really surprised that this is a game that still costs. Well, at least in Japan, I think Duck Hunt still costs like $5. But who's actually going to play Duck Hunt anymore? Like, let's be honest, first of all, you have to be playing this on your regular-ass CRT TV, which people don't have anymore. And especially in Japan, like, if you're trying to play this on an AV Famicom, it's not going to work unless you buy the original-ass gun. Which I am actually, I want to buy the original gun. I'm just fucking afraid. Like, I was already sweating bullets that I wouldn't be able to get this into my checked luggage. It apparently is fine, because apparently you can, first of all, I did not know that you could apparently travel with real guns. Like, that's a thing people do. There's a whole process for it, but if you go through the process with the TSA, I don't know about internationally, but at least domestically in America, you can travel with real-ass guns. But as long as you follow the proper procedures, you can. And now the ducks are going. They're going faster, but guess what? I'm a marksman, baby. I'm so good. You can buy the NES Zapper. Well, you can buy knockoff NES Zappers in Japan through Amazon. It's just gonna cost you like $20 instead. I think this cost me $10. I traded in a bunch of my manga. I traded in a bunch of my English manga because I don't want to be reading English manga anymore. I don't want to read manga that's been touched by white hands. I only read the original Japanese anymore. So my Love Hina, gone. Sergeant Frog, gone. I only read that in English. I got the stream jitters going on. I'm going to be real with you, people who are watching me. One person that is watching me on this stream. It's a bit nerve-wracking being on this stream. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign I shouldn't be streaming, but there's a lot of anxiety when it comes to the stream. And I think some people use that anxiety for good. I think some people get some good performances because getting on the stream gives them energy. It gets them pumped. Somehow it gets them even more focused. Not me. For me, it only gives me the energy to make more mistakes. And to say stupid things. And to make more slips of the tongue. But you know what? It hasn't affected my game at all. Because I'm fucking getting perfect 7 rounds of this shit. You see that? I'm a fucking sniping marksman. I wish I could be this good. I wish I could be as good at Duck Hunt. No. Scratch that, reverse it. I wish I could be as good at PUBG as I am at Duck Hunt. Because if I was, I would be getting fucking chicken or duck dinners every single time. Look at that guy. He's so fast. Now it's actually getting challenging. Now I gotta use both hands on the gun. Look at that. You just, I mean, it's not even fair. You're just murdering ducks, like, all the freaking time. Especially when it's only one duck. I think we might go to... It's just, they just go so fast. Might change my stance a little bit. No flyaways. You see that shit? Perfect freaking score. That's what happens when you're a professional gamer, like myself. I do have to admit, though, that Duck Hunt, it's easy, but this is freaking fun. Like, and also think about when this is coming out. Like, this is coming out mid-1984. The Famicom hasn't even been out for a year yet. Or, I can't remember exactly when it came out. But, when Duck Hunt came out. I believe Wild Gunman came out early 1984-ish. And it's just exceedingly fun. This is insane. Like, you know, there's a couple of good games, I would say, that have come out for the Famicom so far in early 1984. You know, from 1983. Donkey Kong's good. Popeye's okay. You got Baseball, which is another okay game. But Duck Hunt is just really fun. It's just really fun to point the gun at the screen and shoot these ducks. Another thing I should also note is that you don't ever actually kill humans in Duck Hunt, or in any of the shooting games. In Wild Gunman, all you do is just blow off hats. You don't actually kill anybody in Wild Gunman. In Duck Hunt, you are obviously killing ducks. And in Hogan's Alley, you're just shooting, like, cardboard cutouts. Like, literally. Because Hogan's Alley, apparently, is supposed to be, like FBI training. You're not killing actual people. You're just shooting targets. These are all target shooting galleries. Except for Duck Hunt, where you're just murdering ducks. But I guess as long as you're shooting animals, it's okay. I guess Nintendo, back in 1984, didn't care about killing animals. You dead, duck? You dead. You know, maybe this will be the last one. I've been yapping a lot. And I feel like I need to get to actual better tests than just the single ducks. Because even, it's round 11, no freaking problem. I was reading somewhere that Duck Hunt was ported. I think. I've not checked this for myself, but I believe Duck Hunt was ported to the Wii. Which is actually very interesting. I really hope it was. Because that would be incredible. If they actually ported Duck Hunt to the Wii and let you use the Wiimote to shoot stuff. Hold on. I'm going to reset. We're going to do some clay shooting. Because I believe that clay shooting is actually much harder than shooting the ducks. At least it will be eventually. My problem is, okay, I'm gonna let these two go a little bit far. No, actually, I thought it was gonna be harder than it is. For some reason, I'm just really pro at shooting these clay mines. Yeah, let's just throw clay mines into the air to be blowed up. Or claymores. I'm talking about the swords. Why do we have to do clay shooting? Why can't I shoot at claymores? The swords. Why don't I have something that launches swords into the air to be shot at? This is actually extra challenging when you have two things to shoot at on the screen because you only have 3 bullets. When you're shooting at one duck, that gives you 3 times to shoot at the ducks. You can only miss once. With these skeets. Isn't skeet shooting a thing? Uh-oh, I missed once. But guess what? I brought it back. Easy peasy. Easy peasy when you're a professional. I am not only a professional gamer, I am a professional marksman. Ooh, getting harder. They're splitting. And they're timing differently. Sometimes they just go off in the same direction at the same time, and then you're just like pop pop. Just like that. That was too easy. It's getting a little bit harder. Getting a little bit harder. What's the world record for duck hunt? I want to know. I wish I could, but you can't. My only problem with duck hunt is you can't pause. So I could go look up what the record is for duck hunt, but not gonna happen. Can't do it. Because the very interesting thing is that you can't control the game using a controller. You know, the normal NES controller. You're just using the zap gun. It took me forever. I actually didn't understand how to control or how to select what game I wanted. Turns out you have to shoot off screen to change what game you want. And you shoot at the screen to select the game that you want to play. I had to look that up in the instruction manual. It just wasn't obvious to me when I started playing. Now it is. Now it makes sense. But it's not like the game tells me. Whatever. I also believe that the oh no! Oh, there it goes! First miss of the game. Holy shit. Wow. I'm actually doing a lot better than this. A lot better at this than I thought. I also do not recommend shooting from the hip when you're going clay shooting. Because you're just going to miss every single time. At least that's been my experience. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Things are getting hard, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that. Even in the distance, I'm getting them. I am shocking even myself. Don't point you. I learned about gun safety. Like, just don't point guns at people. It's bad. Just even if you think they're empty. Always point them away from people. Even if they're an NES zapper. You don't know how dangerous this shit could be. Oh my god, I'm just so good. So good. This isn't even, it's not a matter, like... The jcontra MLG Dojo is supposed to be about mastery, learning, and growth. And usually it's supposed to be you learn and you grow before you master. You learn and you grow to master. The only problem is that I started out as a master to this game. It's just unbelievable. Let's see. Wait, I wonder, I'm gonna look, hold on. There we go. Oh, look at that, even in the fucking distance. Oh my god. Also, I'm sorry if I'm not reading your comments. It's just very hard. It's very hard. Hold on, here's a pause. Look, crazy. It's okay to be bad at something. There's nothing wrong with being bad at something. But if you want to get good, you have to practice. And if you want to make good on playing this game when you were a kid, you just gotta practice. Ah. Uh-oh. You gotta get 6. 6 out of 10 in order to progress. And we made it to round 12. So see here, look. We are now at the main screen. If I want to choose, I can't, if I shoot the screen, the zapper is pointed at the screen. If I shoot now, we will go clay shooting again. I do not want to do that. So instead, I will point away from the screen. I must like, there's a window. There's a window out here. I must look like a maniac. Just holding a gun in the air. People looking in at my back window. Thinking, who is this psychopath wearing a beret and shooting, and he's just waving a gun in the air like a maniac. We're gonna do 2 ducks. Boom. Ducks. Look, ducks. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Nope, they're very slow. I think duck meat, like, I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about how good duck meat is as you're murdering the ducks, but I gotta tell you, duck meat's like my favorite meat. I love duck meat. I actually don't know where in Japan I could find duck meat. I don't know if duck meat's a thing here. Like, we have ducks. We have ducks, and we have mallards. What is the difference between a duck and a mallard? No one ever explained that to me. Like, I know the feathers are different. Like, ducks are white, right? Like, they've got the white feathers, and they've got the orange bills. And then mallards are brown. Like, I just murdered 2 mallards there. Like, they've got the brown feathers, the green heads, and like the yellow bills or whatever. They're not orange. I'm pretty sure they're yellow. Does the meat of a mallard taste different from that of a duck? I wonder. Crazy. I don't know, safety? I don't believe there was a mode in Persona 5 called Safety. I believe that was an inaccurate translation on Atlas's part. The mode I played was MLG. It was for professional gamers like me, who are so good at Duck Hunt that, you know, alright, I'm gonna shoot, I'm not even gonna aim anymore. I mean, I'm gonna aim, I'm just gonna shoot from the hip. Ah. Okay, so I'm trying to shoot from the hip. I got one of them. Got one of them. Let's see. Okay. Okay, now I'm aiming just because if I miss, you gotta get the 6 to advance. But I do not recommend shooting from the hip if you are not a professional gamer like myself. There we go. I I just wish if there was a way I could shoot with my foot. I'm trying to think of ways to make this interesting. Because right now, it's just me murdering all these ducks. And I feel kind of bad because I have killed, like, so many ducks at this point. Uh-oh. They're getting faster. They're getting harder to shoot. I might need to two-hand this. I think one of the problems at the screen that I'm working on, it's pretty small. It's, I mean, shoot. Because I'm using a monitor. I'm using a TV monitor. A PVM, as it were. What does the PV part of the PVM stand for? I'm going to assume M stands for monitor. What does the P and the V stand for? What does the P and the V stand for? V stands for video, I'm sure. I think. Should have got away. That was an honest getaway. I wasn't paying attention. That was my problem. Was that I was not paying attention to these ducks. What is the difference between goose? Swans? I don't even know what a goose is now. Like, I'm trying to think about what a goose is. I know what a swan is. Like, a swan's got the swoopy neck. What does a goose look like? Look, crazy. I mean, when you're a professional like me, even MLG mode is easy. So, I mean, yeah, I guess the thing is, I guess in the Let's Play, I make it seem easy because I'm just so good. Like, that's why they accuse me of playing games on easy mode. It's because it appears easy, because I'm just so good at doing it, that I'm just dealing so much damage, I'm just going so much faster than everyone else. I make it look easy, and that's why people think I play it on easy. When actually it's the hardest mode in the game. Yeah. Which is why it's kind of refreshing playing these old games that don't have difficulty levels. And it's just like, this is just pure skill right now. Just saying. Just look at that. Perfect. The game even says that it's perfect. Hold on, I need to look up what a goose is now. I don't even know. So look at, okay, here's the challenge mode. I'm gonna look up the differences between a goose and a duck. All while shooting ducks. I mean, it's kind of rude, I guess. Oh, so that's a goose. Okay, alright. Okay, I'll show you what a goose looks like. Wow, they're going real fast. This is a goose, ladies and gentlemen. That's a goose. Which is, I mean, they're kind of like ducks. I mean, obviously they're very different from ducks in a lot of ways, but also very similar in many ways. I'd say they are more similar than they are different, but that's me having zero background in biology or zoology of any kind. And now I'm going to tell you what the difference is between a mallard and a duck. See, that's just two mallards. So what's a mallard? The mallard is a dabbling duck. What? What is a dabbling duck? What does that even mean? So yeah, apparently swans, geese, and ducks are in the same family. They're brothers. Or sisters, or whatever. I don't know what the biological terms for this stuff is. I'm a gamer. I don't know things. So apparently mallards are a kind of duck. I thought that, like, they were almost like a completely different species entirely. Not so. Wait, crazy, are you still, so are you playing? Are you playing Persona 5? Have you not beat it yet? I mean, I say have you not beaten it yet, like you have 150 hours to sink into that game. You know? I do not regret, oh shit, alright, we're getting hard. I do not regret putting 120 hours into Persona 5. I don't regret doing it once. I don't think I would do it again. I would play, you know what, actually, I would play Persona 5. I would play the, whatever the, you know, the golden version, the crimson version, or whatever. Whenever they come out with a new version of Persona 5, I would play it again, probably just to see how much my Japanese has improved. Because I think I went through a pretty significant growing process playing Persona 5. And so I would love to hit it again, just to see how much more of it I understand. Because there is still, like, I've not played the English, I've not looked up spoilers or anything in English. So there's still a lot of Persona 5 that I don't 100% understand. So I guess it would be good to go through it again. And if you're at Futaba's Palace, I think you still got a ways to go, brah. Although if you watch the Let's Play, you know what's in store for you. Got away. Now it's getting challenging. This is interesting. I like this. I wish there was a way you could just skip like the first 10 levels. Because even with the 2 targets, first 10 levels are real easy. At least for a professional like me. You see that bonus? You see those bonuses? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And they're flying away sooner too. Because when you first start out, they like, man, those ducks take their sweet ass time. Not so anymore. They're like out of there in like 2 seconds. Oh man. This is real fun. I like this a lot. I probably should have started with Wild Gunman, but Duck Hunt is just so classic. Like why don't people remember Wild Gunman? Like the only reason people remember Wild Gunman is because it was in Back to the Future 2. And I think the kids today, I think they know Duck Hunt. They don't know Hogan's Alley. Nobody remembers Hogan's Alley. Like, I didn't even think it had gotten ported to the NES, but it did. Like, I thought it was just a Japan-only thing. That's the only way I'd heard of it. Duck Hunt is obvious, because it came with... And also, Duck Hunt, because there's the bundle, or the NES cart that has Duck Hunt and Mario Twins on it, I think people remember it that way. Not so with Wild Gunman. I feel like, and Wild Gunman, I think, is another one of those games that, like, came out, some people have nostalgia for it, but it never got re-released for whatever reason. So I think it's just gonna get forgotten. Like a lot of the other early NES games. Like, nobody remembers Popeye. They never reprinted Popeye. There we go. Boom! Boom! Ah, shit. Alright, they're going fast. You know what is there? What? Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. My world has just been freaking rocked. At level 20, you have to get a perfect score to advance? Holy shit. I don't know what to do anymore. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna see what the world record score for Duck Hunt is. What is the highest score in Duck Hunt? We're gonna look that up real quick. 1,154,000 points. A Duck Hunt speedrun? These people are insane. There's a speedrun for Duck Hunt. That's crazy to me. Wow. In 2 minutes. All right, no, I don't. Okay. You know, we've gone through. I mean, should we do one more? All right, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna see how far I can get. We're gonna see if I can pop off the 20 or the perfect score on level 20. I cannot believe that shit. Did Duck Hunt start out as an arcade version? No, you don't, ducks. So when did it came out? It came out April 1984. That's pretty insane. Like, yeah, so like I was saying, NES not even a year old yet, and they've got light gun games for it. That is insane. And in the house. Light gun, we're not talking arcades. I don't think this came out for the arcade. At least not in the beginning. That's insane. I mean, yeah, there was Versus Duck Hunt. So there was a Duck Hunt that eventually came out as an arcade game, but it first came out on the console. That's like, holy crap, in 1984? What the fuck? Alright, hold on, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna get into marksman position. I can see I've got my stream monitor over on my big screen, and I like this position. Look at that. So much accuracy. Hey, JP Styles 85. Australia? I want to see koalas. Oh god, that's the only thing. So I used to be an English teacher. So not that long ago. It was only last year that I changed jobs. But when I was an English teacher, we had what was called an English recitation contest. This was for, Japanese kids learning English. And there was a contest where they had to memorize a speech and then give that speech to a panel of judges. For the 7th graders, for the first year middle schoolers is what they would call them in Japan. They would be 7th graders in America. It was a skit. It was two kids together. They were Kei Suzuki and Chris. Chris was from Australia. Kei Suzuki was a Japanese kid who wanted to go to Australia because he or she wanted to see koalas. That was literally, it was like, wait, hold on. Hold on, I have this, I did it 5 years in a row, so it's like baked into my memory. I just have to retrieve it. I have to pull it like a thought strand into the Pensieve. Hi, my name's Chris. I'm from Australia. Australia? I want to see koalas. You know, hey, JP, let me know, I have heard, because, you know, koalas, Japanese people love koalas, because they're so cute. I mean, lots of people love koalas, not just Japanese people. But everybody loves koalas, and how they look so cute. I heard that koalas are 1, assholes, and 2, smell like shit, because eucalyptus smells like shit. JP Styles 85, can you confirm that for him, please? I think once I get to round 20, I'm gonna need complete focus. But I can do side things right now. But once I get to the round 20, that's when I become one with the game. Perfect. Ooh. Used my full cartridge there. Oh, he got away. What? Okay, it's good, but it's not perfect. Come on. But so JP, you've never smelled a koala? But you can still, like, are koalas assholes? That's what I heard. I just heard they were mean because they have like super sharp claws, and they're just jerks. That's just what I've heard. I've not been able to confirm this in real life. I've never actually been to Australia. Oh, I almost forgot. Might as well do this now. We're not at round 20 yet. So, something I had heard. There's always been a myth about light gun games where if you want to, like, win at Duck Hunt, if you just want to win all the time, one thing to do is to shoot a light bulb. Because allegedly, what the Zap gun is looking for, it's looking for a bright white space. You know, like a white set of pixels illuminated by a backlight of some kind, like you would see on the TV. So the thought was that if you shoot a light bulb, you'll just, like, always be hitting because it's just this big, bright, white light. I can confirm, however... See, I've got a light here. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna waste the first level. Now this is, it's an IKEA light bulb, so I don't know if that has any bearing. But look at that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The zap gun and light bulb trick is bullshit. I'm actually going to test it. Alright, we're going to do... Look at that. See, look. Alright, hold on. We're going to do it again in the next round. Just to... What?! Oh my god, my life has changed. Ah! That was taking one for the team, ladies and gentlemen. Because I was here to bust a myth, and I did. It may have cost me a game over. It may have given me a game over, but it was worth it. The light bulb trick with the zap gun is bullshit. And you can see because I just got a game over despite shooting a light bulb. And I always, the light bulb trick doesn't even make sense when you think about it, because with those two ducks, the game has to know which duck you've hit. So it has to know where on the screen you're shooting. I don't know how it knows, but it does. We've been going 45 minutes. That's close enough to an hour. I have nothing to prove to myself. I know that I am a champion duck hunter. So I'm going to call it for this episode of the jcontra Shooting Dojo. We have been playing Duck Hunt. I have, of course, been your man in Japan, jcontra. I had some fun. I'm looking forward. We're going to be doing at a later date. We will be playing Wild Gunman, and then we'll be playing Hogan's Alley. Thank you very much for everyone in the stream for your comments. I always enjoy reading them. I look forward to more comments in the future. I have been jcontra playing Duck Hunt, saying thanks for watching, and